Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to this week's Tony's Tips. Got a story to share with you. Client that checked in recently, and she happens to be a school teacher. And this week is parent-teacher conference week, and she just said this is a really stressful week for her all the time, and her normal trigger is stress eating. And so this is a perfect setup for that to happen. She's, I think, been on program just a couple weeks now, and she said that she doesn't have any stash at work, which is great because it's really tempting at this point to just reach for food. And that's, when that's been a lot of our go-to for many of us over the years, then all of a sudden we're on program and going, but I can't, I shouldn't, it's going to get me out of fat burning. So really proud of her for holding firm yesterday and not compromising her program, and then reaching out, asking for help. So one of the things that I mentioned to her is just having sugar-free gum. That's a good go-to. You're supposed to only have about 3 pieces a day. Even though they say there's 0 carbs, anything that has less than 1 carb can be said on their label as 0 carbs, but it might have 3/4 of a carb, and if you ate too many pieces, you could end up getting too many carbs. But anyway, I always say keep it to 5 or less. Not sure if I mentioned that to her today, but anyway, just was really proud of her for reaching out. And also some of my encouragement was, in addition to just reaching for gum, that this is going to be something that we will all face for the rest of our lives, right? We have to eat every day the rest of our lives, and we want to learn not to give in to the things that we've done in the past because we see where they got us. So this is an opportunity for doing some of that hard work, which I call the heart work. That's going a little deeper and saying, what is behind this? Why do I want to reach for food when I'm stressed? And just going, this is, of course you can do anything you want, and you can reach for food when you're stressed, but just know that it will get you out of fat burning, and it's going to take you a little longer to get to your goal. But also doing that harder work, the hard work of just trying to work through that and process that, and maybe even journal about it, is not a bad thing. Why do I reach for food when I get stressed? And then I just encouraged her that this is the time to really set her resolve, to say, I want the results more than I want whatever it is that I want to reach for. Not an easy thing. I'm not saying it's easy by any means, but sometimes it's just that extra resolve that we're going to have to go, not like pull myself up by my bootstraps, but just go, I'm setting my resolve, don't want to go there, want to stay in fat burning, want to be good to myself. And at the same time, if we stumble, if we trip, if we choose, then it's just a matter of dusting ourselves off and going, hey, I might have had something that wasn't on program. Yeah, it might have taken me out of fat burning, but I am pressing on. I'm still on program and I'm doing what I need to do. And in the big picture of things, folks, when you get to next year and the year after and 5 years from now and you look back, you're not going to say, oh gosh, I wish I would have gotten to my goal sooner, because it's not so much about how fast can I get to my goal, but how much am I learning and growing on the inside so that I don't repeat the habits that got me to the place that brought me to starting program to begin with. I've watched it, I've seen it, I've done it, where we lose weight, we feel great, we get rid of the pain or whatever that might be, and then it's so easy because food tastes so good, it's so easy to be undisciplined. A lot of you know, if you've been watching these, that I got back on program recently. I hit my 25-pound goal over the weekend, was thrilled about that, love how everything's fitting. Looks like I got a little weight loss in my hair as well. Got that all buzzed off, and just, just feeling great and going, this was so worth it. Had a couple times where I chose to take a break, but I also knew myself well that I could start right back up. It was hard getting started the first time this a few months ago, but once I did, I knew that when we had company in town, a couple of occasions that I took a little break, and it did slow me down a little bit, but I knew that I would get back on track. And not everybody knows that about themselves, and so it's really important to know that about yourself before you take a break or have something not on program, because sometimes it can open Pandora's box. So all that said, if you haven't reached out yet this week, I'd love to hear from you. If you have, thank you. And folks, this is a journey. Don't expect perfection. Be kind to yourself. Be forgiving. At the same time, the more black and white you are with this program, the better your results are going to be, and it's a good process. But just remember that we're not perfect, and if we should stumble, that's even a greater time to reach out and just say, I could use some encouragement, or just to share, be transparent, and be accountable. So love to hear from you. Hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye bye.